to our podcast, The Celtic Coven.
I'm Cheyenne.
I'm Sage. Grab your cup of tea.
Or a cup of coffee.
And let's get comfy.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to our podcast.
Yeah.
And if you're new here, we talk about so many different things about mental health. We've done self-care and just anything that revolves around like self-awareness and just some like opinions about things or just for fun. And we will talk about like witchy stuff and
anything we're feeling this week.
Anything we're feeling. So, this week we're feeling dreams.
I think we both had weird dreams this morning.
A little bit.
I wouldn't say really weird.
No, it's not weird dreams. It's just like interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to start off with yours? I think yours are kind of short, though.
Yeah, I mean, a gist of it was I just wrote a book. And I think I dreamt about that because for a long time I've wanted to write a book. I just don't have anything to write about.
Yeah.
But it was just about writing a book, and just some people saw some copies that I made and they were asking about it. And I was being really weird. And if you guys ever seen New Girl with Nick Miller, that's how I was acting. It was just
awkward.
Yeah, I couldn't explain. Like, they're like, "Oh, what's this book about?" And I was just like, I don't, adventure. I was just really weird about it. It was really funny. But the book seemed like a good idea. And so I kind of wrote in my notes, like, okay, I might try to do something with this. But that's basically it. It was just writing a book.
I think everyone wants to write a book at some point. But it's one of those small things for some people where you just think about writing a book and you think it's a good idea and then you never do it and it's just not something you can do.
Well, it's way harder than you think.
Yes, it's really hard to write that many pages. If you can't even write a 2-page essay in school, you cannot write a book.
Yeah, I think especially if you have a really good idea and then you get a couple pages down and then you're like, yeah, I don't know what's next. I don't know how to make this interesting. So I've been trying to be more creative anyways, and I've just wanted to write a book for a while. So yeah, I always try, but I don't know what to write about.
Yeah, I think both of our creative minds are trying to turn right now. Mm-hmm. Because the dream I had was making a dress in like this dress competition where the theme, I think, was just green, and we just had to make a green dress, and apparently the other contestants used up all of the fabric, and I didn't have enough fabric to make mine, so my dress was different colors, but in the end, it kind of looked cool, but I remember in my dream, I was just like, dang, I wish it was all green and not having these blues in it. So, yeah. I feel like making a dress, I don't think would be hard. You just need to know how to sew.
Yeah.
But I think that's why you have sewing machines. But also, if you don't know how to use one, you will not be able to do it. It'll turn out crappy.
Yeah. One of the dreams that I remember very strongly from a long time ago, and I know we're turning like from making a dress to darkness kind of thing, but a dream I have very like realistic dreams.
I don't. They're all wonky. Mine are all wonky.
Well, not like realistic, but like, what's the word?
Vivid?
Yes, vivid dreams. Yeah. I have very vivid dreams, and this was a good few years ago now, but it was like a whole week of this same dream over and over again, but like different ways. So the first time I had this dream, what happened was myself and my older sister, we were in a car and we were driving, and then somehow we ended up like hitting something and we were flipping. And we flip through, like, a field because we were driving, like, on a dirt road by a field. And in the field was this big old tree. And so we're, end up flipping into the field towards the tree. And, like, the first dream I had, we somehow got out of the car, like, jumped out of the car before the car hit the tree. Uh-huh. And I was just, like, and I woke up and I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And then I went back to sleep and had the same dream over again on repeat. Like, and then we would start flipping, but this time, like, we couldn't get out of the car. And as the car is flipping and it's getting all beaten up and stuff, and metal pieces are going and stabbing us and stuff like that, and then we flip and then we hit the tree, and the tree basically, like, wraps around. I mean, the car wraps around the tree. And it was so vivid, and it felt so real. And, like, I woke up, and I was just, like, in so much pain. Like, all the spots, like, where the metal of the car was, like, stabbing me and stuff like that, I could feel, like, when I woke up, it hurt. Yeah. And it was just so real. Like, it scared me so much. And for that entire week, I kept having that dream over and over again. I was getting so frustrated because I'm like, what does that even, like, mean? You know what I mean? And it was just a really vivid, scary dream. And, like, nothing scary happened. It was just this crazy accident.
Yeah, it was just a crazy thing that happened that...
Yeah, it was too intense. And I have a lot of dreams that are very vivid. Yeah. And very sad. But
yeah, I feel like, I don't know, my dreams are very vivid, but they're so all over the place that it's hard for me to remember all of it. Mm-hmm. Because it could be I'm in this one room and then I walk through the door and I'm in this totally different place, or like this big city, and then I walk through this door and I'm like in this small town, or I'm in a hole somewhere, I don't know. Yeah. And so it's hard for me to follow it. Like, in my dream, I'm like, yes, this is what's happening, this is cool, whatever. And I wake up, I'm like, what the hell just happened? I think the only dream I had that repeated was I was doing this obstacle course thing, but it was in the middle of a desert. And if you've ever seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I think it was at World's End, where it's just like the white, like, desert. And then there's this, in my dream, there's this, like, structure thing that had, like, greenery in it. Like, it was like a rainforest. And me and these couple other people had to, like, go through it and, like, get this thing and then come out. And every time, I think I had it, like, 3 or 4 different times. But every time I won, not surprising, it's my dream. Yeah. But I won it in different ways. So it's like, I don't even remember it now because it was so long ago. But one of them, I had to, like, fight this big fish thing, and that was in the water. And I don't even know. I had to fight this big fish thing and get this thing, and then whatever. It was weird. I can't even explain it.
That is really weird. I just kind of think it's cool on how many different dreams people can have, and, like, the different meanings and things like that. How people can lucid dream, which you can learn how to do that, I suppose. Like, I saw somebody tell, like, oh, well, just during the day you have to keep asking yourself, oh, is this a dream? Is this a dream, kind of thing, and make yourself very aware and be, like, present. Yeah. And then when you're in your dream, you'll get used to asking yourself, oh, is this a dream? And then once you're aware that you're in a dream, then I think you can, like, I don't know if you can make decisions or stuff, but
I think some people can, or, like, a lot of people who actively lucid dream can change it and be like, I want to fly now. And they're up in the air. Or, like, I want this big cake. Here's a big cake. Yeah. You know? And I feel like that's so crazy. like, being able to control your dreams.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I feel like it'd be hard for me to distinguish between what is real and what is a dream if I do that, because I have control in the real world.
Yeah.
And then in a dream, if I also have control, then I feel like I'm just going to mess up my brain.
Yeah.
Because in my dreams are so crazy and weird that I can be like, this is a dream because this is never going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I've had dreams before with zombies.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there's not zombies in this world.
Yeah.
And I feel like my dreams are more like movies
that
I'm watching, and I'm just one of the characters in it. And then I'm in my real world.
In your dreams, do you interact? Like, do you do things, or are you just, like, watching?
It's like a mixture where I go from first person to, like, third person, where, like, I'm in my body and I can see it through my eyes and I'm talking to this person, or it will just come up and I'm, like, watching it.
Watching something happen.
Yeah, but it's still, like, me.
Pretty much for all of my dreams, I am in first person. I'm always a part of the dream somehow. I'm never watching something happen.
Yeah.
I'm always a part of the situation.
And I know in my dreams too, I can sit there and be like, oh, this is a dream. But I don't do anything. I just let it run its course.
Yeah.
But I, like, know it's a dream.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, where I know a lot of time I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. Like,
right.
I'm just aware of it.
Yes,
I'm aware. I'm aware it's a dream. Yeah, but it's just happening.
Yeah. There's, like, different types of dreams. I think what we're talking about are, like, normal dreams, where it's you just go to sleep, you have your dream, and then you wake up.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, lucid dreaming.
Well, you just don't have one dream. You have multiple dreams.
Well, you have multiple dreams. I know that.
From what you can remember.
Yeah, you usually just remember one of them.
Yeah.
Unless you actually, like, truly wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And remember your dream, and then you go back to sleep, and then you remember another one.
Yeah.
But there's also, like, lucid dreaming. And then there's false dreams, which I don't think I've had a false dream before.
What is a false dream?
A false dream is where you feel like you've woken up and are going on your normal routine, and then, but you're still dreaming.
That is so sketchy. That is too sketchy. I've seen movies like that.
I think the only, like, the closest I've had of that is, like, waking up in my bed and then, like, getting up, and then that's about it. Like, I haven't had, like, a dream where I'm like, get up, get breakfast, go to school, whatever, and then
you must have a boring ass life if you're dreaming about the things that you do.
Right.
That's
like, I've had dreams of being in school before, but
like that's just
it's
being
really
in school.
Weird. Like, it's like
it's
a
not
different
a normal.
building.
It's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't fool you into thinking like this is like a real life situation.
Yeah.
Happening.
And I don't think
I've never had a dream like that. That's too scary.
Yeah. I know.
that's too trippy.
Seriously. There's also daydreams, which we all basically
I daydream all the time.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like most of my daydreams are just like, ooh, what if I did this? Or, like, just like me imagining, like, making a dress. Like, oh, what if I did this? And what if I just did it like this?
A lot of the time when I start to daydream, I guess you could consider it daydreaming, but it could also be disassociation. But is
maybe
I'm sitting there and I have so many things going on in my mind, and then I kind of just start to like drift off. Like I'm doing things, and I'm still like in the process of doing something, but like I start to think about conversations with people. And I start to imagine, like, create a scene of talking to the people.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of disassociation where I'm just kind of like, my mind is somewhere else.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, like.
Universe.
Yeah. And my mind is just somewhere else. And, like, I'm just, like, watching something happen. And usually it's like a conversation or me trying to. Oh, what would I say to this person? And whatever, stress and overthinking things.
I know I've had in class before when I was in school. I've fallen asleep in class before.
Oh my god, I could never.
And I have a picture of my friend taking a picture of me, like, asleep in class.
Oh my god.
I think I was just super tired. But I remember one time that I was asleep, I had, like, a dream, and I, like, jolted awake, and I was, like, looked around to make sure no one was watching. No one was, but I was, like, totally jumped in my seat.
Oh my god.
I don't remember what the dream was, but I was just like, oh my gosh.
I could never fall asleep during, like, class or, like, school or something like that because, one, all the people are around. And, like, there's people talking, so it's just too loud and stuff like that for me to even fall asleep. But also, like, I am not going to put myself through the embarrassment of, like, waking up and be like, ah! Or something like that, you know? Like, and everybody looking at me like, what happened?
I didn't make a noise. I just jumped a little.
Thank God. I could never, and I could never be the like, I could not imagine, like...
Like, if you know you're a person that, like, talks in your sleep,
no.
Or, like, makes noises in your sleep, do not fall asleep in class.
Or even, like, if you fall asleep and, like, class is over and you're still asleep and then everyone's gone, how scary is that? You wake up and be like, oh no. Like, oh my god, everyone's gone. That's so scary.
I know there are some teachers, though, too, that let kids sleep in class. And those are, like, the super nice teachers where they're like, you know what?
You're obviously tired.
You're obviously tired. I'm just going to let you sleep.
Yeah.
And if it's your fault if you miss some information. And if you still get a good grade, then you're fine. Like, whatever. Like, you're obviously tired if you're falling asleep in class. Yeah. I think the last one is, like, nightmares.
Oh, I have so many nightmares.
I haven't had a nightmare in a long time.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm sitting here like, I have so many nightmares. And you're like, I haven't had one in fucking 10 years.
I think the only reason why I haven't had nightmares is because of my dream catcher.
Yeah.
And I know that the nights that I haven't had my dream catcher up, like, I'm somewhere else.
Yeah. And
I don't have it. I have a nightmare, like, that first night.
Interesting.
And then when I, like, come back, I'm like, cool, no nightmares, just regular dreams.
I think I'm just really stressed.
You're like, I'm just stressed, so my dreams are like, scary things.
Every time, no matter what. Some are worse than others, but most of the time, my dreams will be a high-stress dream. Like, something very stressful is happening.
Like, would you say that your dream of you in the car, like, getting in a crash, would you say that's a nightmare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, I mean, I'm not having a great time. It's not fun.
No.
Like, it's, like, a very scary thing that, like, could happen.
Yeah.
Like, not exactly the same, but, like, you can get in a car accident in real life and be fully aware of, like, you being stabbed and dying.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think I've had a dream before with zombies. I think I've told you this one before, where it was a zombie apocalypse and I was in this group and we were going through the houses running away from the zombies and it was like flooding at the same time. And we went into this one house and was like walking on the counters and the zombies couldn't get on the counters. But then the zombies were talking, like, talk to us. And I was, like, just looking at it, like, how you talk? How you talking? You make no sense. And it was so weird. But, like, that kind of dream where I'm getting, like, chased by zombies, I wouldn't say it's a nightmare because I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a movie. Like a, you know.
Yeah,
like a zombie apocalypse movie where it's just all like, oh, this is just interesting.
Yeah, well, I think anything that obviously, like, you're scared,
yeah,
or it's, like, a worse fear, or something like that, it doesn't have to be the most crazy thing and a murder's chasing you and then everything's terrible and everything blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It could just be, like,
something
bad. Like, we're talking about nightmares. and scary, sad things. But not too long ago. So, my boyfriend broke up with me. And so I was having a dream where, like, I kept falling asleep and, like, waking up, falling asleep. I kept waking up throughout the night.
Yeah. And
each time each dream was a different scenario of him leaving. And it was just, like, things happen, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden, different ways of him leaving. Whether it's dying or just leaving me someplace or whatever. Just either way, in the end, he was leaving. And it was just, like, I'm trying to find closure or something like that. Like, I mean, I feel like it was just really traumatizing. I don't know how to explain it because it was kind of out of the blue when it happened. So I think my mind was just, like, so upset about him leaving. And so it was just like, here, want to feel some pain?
Here you go.
Here's all the different ways. Let's have him leave over and over and over and over and over again. It was a great time. Yeah, it was fun.
Here.
Psych.
Here's a question. Have you ever woken up crying or screaming before?
Yes, oh my gosh. I don't remember what I was dreaming about, but all I remember is, well, for the screaming part, I was just laying there, and all of a sudden I just popped up, like, straight up, and I was just like, ah! and I was like, oh my god. I shook myself. And then I don't remember what the dream was about again either, but I remember waking up just, like, crying, and it was just, like, I felt so much sadness, like, my body felt so heavy, and I felt so sad, and I just was crying, and it was, like, that happens a lot. I think I wake up crying a lot. Not, like, extreme, like, oh my god, I'm bawling my eyes out kind of thing, but, like, crying.
See, I've only had one time before.
I told you I have very dramatic dreams.
You're like, all my dreams are so dramatic.
Sad, dramatic, scary.
Over the extreme.
High stress. Can you guys get a gist of what's going on in my mind?
Or just in your life in general?
My life in general, what I think about on a regular basis.
I think the only time, this is like the only time I've ever woken up crying before. I've never woken up screaming. I don't, like, that's so weird. But I've woken up crying before. It honestly wasn't that long ago. I think it was just like a couple months ago where I was sleeping. I don't remember what the dream was. And once my body was like, you're awake, I just started bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
And I think I cried for like a solid 10 minutes. But I was sitting there not being able to stop crying. Wow. But sitting there going, why am I crying?
Yeah.
Like, I was so confused. And my body just kept pouring it out. And then finally I calmed down. And I was sitting there going, what the heck was going on?
Yeah.
I was like what the hell was that? Like, I don't remember what I was dreaming about at all. All I remember is waking up crying, and I was just like, I'm so confused.
And you have, like, no idea what the dream was about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Insane.
I don't know. It's so weird. Like, what could I feel like the only thing that I could have dreamt about was, like, someone dying.
Maybe. Oh my god. I've had so many dreams of people dying. But I have so many dreams of people dying. And I don't know why.
Yeah. I know I've had dreams like my zombie dreams. I know I've had multiple dreams with zombies. I don't know why. But I know in some, like, one of those dreams, people have died. But I don't have, like, an emotional connection to them.
No. You're like, dead.
Yeah, it's just...
Moving on.
I don't know. It's just, like, one of those things of, like, zombies coming and they're like, eat that person. And I'm like, alright, like, no. But I, like, don't really have, like, a real personal connection to it. It's like, it's not like you dying. You know, I don't think I've ever had a dream of you or an older sister dying. I think both of you have.
Well, obviously I have.
You guys died. I'm over here like, your guys are fine. You're good. I don't worry about it.
That's funny, because I dream of our parents dying. I've dreamt of you guys dying. I've dreamt of friends dying. Romantic people dying. And grandparents dying. I've dreamt of, like, pretty much everyone dying.
I think my brain's just like,
I don't want to be alone.
Talk about that. I think you're like, everybody just die and I'll be by myself.
Oh my god. This is great. I love nitpicking my... I'm sad all the time. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I think my brain is just all like, let's just not think about that. And my brain just doesn't do it. It's just like, we're not going to think about that. Here's some zombies.
I can't help but to think about it. Like, I have to prepare. Like, this doesn't have anything to do with, like, dreams, but with dying. Like, whenever we're in, like, a situation, like, if we're traveling on a plane, I will sit there and think of every single situation that will happen, because anything could happen. And so I have to prepare for it. I have to prepare for it. My brain is like...
You're like, if we crash on land, this is what we have to do. If we crash in water, this is what we have to do.
Yes.
If the plane blows up, well, we're gone.
We're gone. But, like, if I'm just by myself, then it's a little less stressful, because I'm like, I know I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for whatever life brings at me.
It's just you worrying about other
people. But you and me, and, like, we travel. Yeah. And so now I'm sitting here, like, okay, especially if we're not able to have seats right next to each other. Yeah. It's even more stressful, because now I'm sitting here,
like, are you okay?
Having to make sure, like, where you're at all times. Yeah. And if something were to happen, how do I get to you? Because if we were sitting right next to each other and the plane's going down, we have eyesight of each other. I could, like, hang on to you. Yeah. And I know where you are.
Yeah, be like, we got each other. But, we're good.
I need to make sure that I'm identified, you're identified, that we get this.
Bitch, you have your wallet. Have you ever gotten dental done? So I can check your dental record. Right. Like, make sure your fingertips are okay.
Yeah, protect them at all costs. Like, it's just really stressful. But it's like, I think my brain is trying to be ready for any type of situation. Yeah. So, like, when it comes to dreams, I think my brain is like, alright, they're dying. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
It's testing me, preparing me for any situation.
Can you save them?
How can you prevent this? It's all your fault.
You're the one that has to make the decision if they die or not.
It's not fair.
And if they die, it's your fault.
It's not fair. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I know I've heard that you can have in your dream that apparently have meanings. Yeah. Like,
I never understood where people got the, like, oh, if you have someone die in your dream, it means this. I think a lot of times it comes down to just, like,
what's happening in your life.
What's happening in your life. Like, because you can't say, like, every single person who has a dream about a person dying means this. Yeah. It's not the case. That's not always, because for me, like, oh, it's just me being prepared. Or what if they're a serial killer? They're gonna dream about murdering people. Yeah. There's people dying in the dream, but that doesn't mean that, oh, they're going through a change in their life and a new beginning thing. Yeah. Like,
they're a serial killer.
They're a serial killer.
Killing people.
I overreact. What's next? Go on.
And I think a part of it, too, like, me having zombies in my dream, I think it's just me liking, like, adventure.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's interesting.
And also, like, dangerous. I always think about, like, the zombie apocalypse. I'm like, will I be prepared for the zombie apocalypse?
Dude, I hope a zombie apocalypse doesn't happen right now, because I am physically and mentally not prepare for this.
Yeah. That's your goal. Other people,
my goal. Yeah. My goal in life is to be prepared for a zombie apocalypse.
Other people at the gym. I want to be healthy. I want to lift weights, be healthy.
I just
want to be ready for the zombie apocalypse.
I'm about to hit that bitch in the head.
You're like, I gotta hit this zombie in the head with this machete. I've got this.
I gotta prepare. Pumping iron.
To pump iron in the zombie.
No. Yes.
Yes. But like there's like small things of like being chased. I don't like I said, I was being chased by zombies in one of my dreams, but it wasn't like crazy where I'm like truly running for my life.
Yeah, you're like skirt.
Yeah, it was kind of just like going through a house, like, oh, you know. But like I know people have dreams where they're really like they're running from a serial killer, and like I could understand
That's
with
so
like
scary.
like I could understand like if in the news someone was like the news was like, oh, there's a serial killer going around killing these people. You could have a dream where you're running away from a serial killer because that's something that's happening in your life right now.
Anytime I look up anything about, like, what do dreams mean and the dreams that they have, like, I keep seeing the one where all your teeth fall out. I have never.
Or, like, even, like, being pantsless.
Yeah, or being just, like, naked. I've never had a dream of me being naked in public.
I've never. And I don't know if it's just, like, are people having, like, super normal dreams and that's, like, their weird thing that's going on in their dreams?
I know. Do we just have really, really weird dreams?
I don't know. Because I've never had a dream where my teeth have fallen out.
No.
Or I'm naked. Or I'm pantsless.
I mean, I remember slightly having a dream about my teeth, but that's because, like, I'm very insecure about my teeth.
Yeah.
And so, but in that dream, they never, like fell out. Like, all my teeth weren't gone.
Yeah.
It was just something, like, weird. I don't know. I don't remember, but I've never had a dream where all my teeth were gone.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, because some people say that, like, being chased means, like, you're avoiding something. Which could be possible.
I mean, yeah.
But it's, like, one of those things where it's, like...
Yeah, I'm avoiding the serial killer that's chasing me.
Yeah! Like...
I guess I'm so literal with my dreams.
I think that's what it is, where it could literally just be you're being chased. And you don't want to stop running because whatever is chasing you is going to catch you.
Yeah.
And I think people just take it so, like, oh, it could mean this. Like, I'm avoiding talking to this person. Like,
I feel like anybody could relate something or make something metaphorical to relate it to their life somehow.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like...
Now, don't get me wrong. I still sit there and I have a dream, especially if it's really, like, strange, where it seemed like the dream was very informational. Like, it was I feel like, oh, that was, like, a sign of something like that. I will sit there and think about, what does that dream mean? Like, I have to sit there and think about, like, what's the message here? What am I being told in this dream? Because I have dreams of, like, just what you want to call it, like, informational dreams.
Yeah.
Premonitions?
Yeah, like, I know I've gotten premonitions before, but it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, you're being chased, so that means you're avoiding someone. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, this thing is happening, and then in your actual life, it happens.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I've really gotten, like, deja vu, is where I'm like, I can think about it and be like, I've dreamt about this before, not it just happening.
Yeah.
I've dreamt this before. Yeah.
It's so weird. And I think it's really cool, like, what is it called when you, like, leave your body and you can like
astral projection.
Astral projecting. Astral. What's it called?
Astral projection.
I think that's super cool but scary.
Yeah. I feel. Yeah.
I would want to, but then also don't. I want to stay here in my bed.
You're like, I don't want to leave my body.
I'm already in a weird place in my dream. Do I really need to do that?
I know, because I think some people who've explained it is that they're just like walking out of their body, and then they like can see themselves, and I'm like, I don't want to see myself from the outside.
Yeah, I'm not dead yet.
You're like, no. Yeah, but like, a couple other ones are like being pregnant.
Yes.
I think I've only had one dream where I'm pregnant, but I don't think I was like very far in. I think I was like had like a small bump.
Yeah.
Where you could tell like, oh yeah, that's a pregnancy bump.
Yeah.
But not like third trimester, like about to pop.
Yeah, I've had a lot of dreams about being pregnant and very pregnant. And I think that just kind of is because I want to have kids and stuff like that. So I think about it a lot.
Well, because what I was reading is like, if you dream about being pregnant, it means that you're ready to take your relationship to the next step.
Yeah.
Or simply, like, you just want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
And you want kids. Which, that's, like, I think the most, like, baseline, like, meaning of why you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, simply, like...
I just want to be pregnant.
I just want to be pregnant.
I want to have kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because it's, like, being chased, like, oh, you're running from something, like, you're avoiding something. Like...
Yeah, maybe, sure.
But, like, you're pregnant in a dream. You want to be pregnant in real life. Like, very simple. And it's like, have you ever had a dream of you flying? I don't think I've ever had.
I've never had a dream of me flying. I remember Mom telling me about her having a dream of where she was flying, and I think she was talking about how at that point in her life there was a lot of changes happening, and like, this was when she was younger, so she was like moving out of her parents' place and blah 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 blah. So she had a dream of flying, and she could like control and just run, have a running start and just jump and fly. I've never had a dream like that.
I've never had a flying dream before. Like, maybe I have, but I don't remember it. It's not one that I remember.
Not one that's prominent where I'm like literally flying. Like, no, I don't think I've ever had a dream like that.
Yeah. And like, what I was reading too was like flying like means confidence, hope, freedom, which like independence too.
Yeah.
But like, even when I was moving out of my parents' house, like I didn't have a dream like that where I was flying, being like, oh, I'm free.
Yeah.
You know, like, just had my normal dreams.
Yeah.
Like, I think another one is like having dreams with like water in it, and I think that means like either like being in the ocean or at a lake or something. Like, I think that means like big water.
Yeah. Not
like,
a glass of water.
Not a glass of water. Like
a body of water.
Yeah. And what I've read is like it usually means like success or even just like disturbances in like your emotions. Like where you're like overly emotional or like your mental state's not good. And I think different types of water mean like different things. So like having like muddy water, like I guess like a muddy lake or something, or like really dirty water means like sadness or unclear feelings. Which
this is what I'm saying though, like I know what I'm going through in my head and like things that I'm dealing with.
Right.
And I know it's like you don't have to have dreams with these types of meanings, but like I don't dream about like, having, like, bodies of waters in my dream.
Yeah.
Like, not that I can remember. Like, I mean, I've had dreams of me being, like, a pirate. And, of course, that's on a ship in an ocean.
But it's not, like, the focal point. It's not, like...
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, on a canoe in the river, and it's, like, murky water, I think that would have more, like, it's focused on the water.
Meaning, yeah.
But, like, if you're, like, on a pirate ship, and you're a pirate, or you're the captain, or whatever,
of course,
it's focused on the pirate part, and not you guys being on the ocean.
Yeah. Because,
obviously, if you're a pirate, you're most likely gonna be at sea.
Right, exactly.
You know? So I think that's a part of it. Like, I think a part of it, too, is I think just for, like, us, and maybe some other people, is that we know what's happening in our life, and if we have a dream, we can be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like we have to, like, dig through it and be like, why was there a star?
Yeah.
Why were we on the lake? Or what, like, you know, we could just be like, our brain's, like, straightforward. This is what's happening. Like, when your boyfriend broke up with you, your dreams were straight up, he's leaving. And you're like, yeah, I'm upset about him leaving.
Yeah.
You know, it's super, like, straightforward. And I think, like, even, like, our dreams that we had last night, where I was making a dress, I think a part of that is just, I want to be creative.
Yep.
And I want to do something creative.
Yep.
And I've thought about making stuff before, and sewing, and, like, truly learning how to sew. Because, like, I can sew a button perfectly fine, but, like, making a whole, like, dress or, like, skirt takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. I've been digging to be creative and, like, let out some things that I have going on in my head. And, like, last night, the book was, like, based on real life, but, like, a fictional book. So I get to, like, be creative with the characters.
Yeah.
But it's based on, like, my life or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be easier to write. But that allows me to have some type of baseline.
Yeah.
But then be fun and creative with the people.
Right. It's
because it was, like, fairy tale type people. So it's, like, fairies and stuff like that.
Like, crazy stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like, it's just going to be a biography.
Yeah.
If you just write it about your life.
Yeah.
You want it to
I feel like I'm not old enough to do that.
No, like, you need to be a lot older or have, like, crazy stuff happen to you in your real life.
I mean, I've had things happen, but it's just, like, I don't think I'm ready to write.
It'd be very short.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not ready to write a full book about my life because I still got plenty of life to go right now.
Yeah. Like, maybe if you're, like, 50, be like, yep. Let me...
Prime time.
Yeah. 50 chapters. Each chapter is 1 year of my life.
Sounds like a good idea.
Just be like, I'll wait to write a book till I'm 50.
In my notes, a chapter for each year of my life, except for the first few years because I have no idea. But, anyways.
Yeah.
I just want to write a book. I want to write songs. I want to paint. And be fun and creative. And I think that's where my dreams are stemming from.
I know. I want to be creative, too. Because, like, making a dress seems fun. But I also just want to do pottery.
Oh, yes.
I love pottery so much. It'd be so nice.
Get a wheel, put it in your garage, and have the best time of your life.
Yeah. You can get pottery wheels and all that stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can even get a kiln on Amazon. Yeah. There's also, like, taking tests in your dreams.
I've never in my life. Why do I want to dream about that?
Never. Like, why would you want to take a test in your dream? It says that, like, you taking tests in your dreams means, like, you have a deadline.
Yeah.
Or a project going on. But, like, why not just be doing your project in your dream? you know?
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
I don't know.
There's cheating, meaning, like, you have issues with your partner.
And you're cheating in your dream.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's...
like, wet dreams count of, like, an actor?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's up to you if you're just dreaming about this actor.
I think if it's in the actual form of cheating, where you know you're cheating, you're just having a dream about an actor.
Yeah. Like, I think if, like, you're just having a dream with being with an actor, I think that's fine. But I think if it's, like, you're, like, in your dream, you're like, oh,
I am in a relationship
I'm in a
with
relationship, but, you know, I think that's when you're, like, I'm cheating in my dream.
Yeah.
But I think it can also be, like, your partner. Like, you have a dream of your partner cheating on you.
Yeah.
Which
I've had dreams
just being
of that.
Paranoid. You're just being paranoid.
Yes.
You're like, yes.
Yes, I've had those dreams, though, and they're not fun.
There's also
depression
dreams where you can't move.
Whoa, scary.
I don't think I've had dreams of
like not being able
to move, but I've had dreams before where I just can't run. Like, I feel like we've all had that dream where, like, you try to run and you're running or all weird.
Or when you're punching and you're trying so hard to punch.
Yeah, and it's just like these weird,
stupid
don't know
punches.
where your hands are going. Yeah.
Oh my god, those dreams are so funny because you want to do whatever you're trying to do so bad.
Yeah. I know. I've always had, I think I've had a couple dreams where, like, I'm running weird and then, like, I can't run as fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I doing? I know how to run. What's going on?
Yeah.
And it just won't do it. My legs are, like, flailing everywhere. There's also can't speak, which would be so weird, not being able to, like, speak.
I don't think I've ever had a dream where I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
I've had a dream about not being able to sing. Like, I lost my voice. And I don't know. I don't remember how long ago that was, but I do remember something like that where I couldn't sing, like Ariel. But, like, I don't know. It was really scary.
You could talk?
Yeah, I could talk.
You just couldn't sing.
I just couldn't sing, and it was so scary because, like, singing is everything for me. Yeah. And, like, the thought of not being able to sing is, I would literally die. Like, I don't think I could handle it. If there was no way to get my singing voice back, literally, I would be so, so depressed. I would not be good at all because singing is, like, a therapy thing for me. Like, I need it.
Yeah.
Because it feels so good singing.
Yeah.
So like, not being able to is just, that's, like, the scariest thing in the world. I would lose everything. Like, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
But that dream was so scary. I hated that. But I could still talk, which was really weird. I don't remember why I lost my voice, like, my singing voice. I don't know what happened, but that's all I remember.
You're just like, I just couldn't sing.
I just couldn't sing. That was still pretty much the gist of the dream. And me freaking out about it.
Another one is meeting a celebrity. And I don't think it's just, like, what you were talking about, but I think it's just, like, in general, like, going to a party and a celebrity's there.
Oh, yeah, I've had dreams like that.
Or just, like, being somewhere where a celebrity is and you're like, oh, my God. Which I think that's just part of, like, meeting someone you look up to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
there are actors and actresses that I do look up to because they do amazing things. And, like they do a lot of great things. And it would be so cool to meet them.
Yeah, I've had dreams about meeting, like, celebrities, like, actors and stuff. Yeah. And it's always, like, not always, but it's casual. We're just friends hanging out. Yeah. It's not even like I'm going up to them and being like, oh my God, I admire you so much. Yeah. It's just a casual, fun.
Like, you guys are friends.
We're friends. Yeah.
Yeah. They're showing up late. Like, in your dream, you're showing up late somewhere. I mean, I don't really have dreams where, like, I have to be somewhere. Where, like, I'd be late. I'm just doing whatever I want.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't recall any dreams where I was late. I think that's because, in general, in real life, I'm a very punctual person.
Yeah, so am I. I don't like being late.
Yeah,
I'd rather be early and then be able to, like, sit down.
I always try to be at least 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
That just gives me time. So, I don't think I would have a dream about being late.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sitting here, like, high stress about, I gotta be early, because then I feel like I would have a dream about being late. I'm just in general like, okay, I gotta leave about this time and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's very laid back, casual, knowing how to plan my time.
I think the only time I'm ever late to somewhere, like, in real life, is, like, if there's something out of my control.
Yeah.
That makes me late.
Or if you have a plan and then something, like, slightly changes, or somebody needs you to come help them with something, like, it just messes with the whole plan.
Yeah,
because you're like you could fit it in, but you aren't gonna be at the place that you want to be at the time you want to be.
Yeah,
you might just get there in time or something. I hate that. I just gotta stick to my plan. Don't mess with my plan.
Right. Just let me do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me at all. Let me go. Let me leave at 9:45 and be there at 10.
Yeah.
Like, no changing that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think dreams are very interesting, and I think that everyone can take something from your dreams. I think it's important to, like, be aware of it. Of course, like, you have, like, just weird, silly dreams that are just stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it's important to notice, like, if there is something strange happening, or if you do have a dream that's like a reoccurring dream, there might be some type of significance to it. And maybe you could talk to, like, a dream specialist, or just talk to people and be like, why am I having this over and over again, or something like that. And you could dig deeper into it. Like, obviously there's some type of significance, whether that's like if it's a premonition or not, or if maybe you're dealing with something in real life and the dream's just interpreting it.
Yeah.
So you can, dig into that and figure out what's really going on, and I think you can learn stuff about yourself.
It can even help you, too. Like, if you're working on something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll give the example of making a dress. If you're working on a dress and you don't know exactly what do you want to do with it.
Dream about it.
If you dream about it, you can be like, that's what I want to put on it.
And a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that where if they're, like, studying for something, that's why a lot of people say, like, if you listen to something at nighttime or study right before bed, then you can lay in bed and, like, think about it and process it.
I know, just go into your brain.
I have a friend who they've talked about how they were trying to solve a problem, and, like, throughout the whole night they're just thinking and trying to figure out how to solve the problem, and they ended up figuring it out while they were sleeping. I guess they were thinking about it, dreaming about it, and woke up and was able to solve the problem. And I think that's just really important, and you are able to have different scenarios and dream about things so that in real life you don't make certain mistakes.
Yeah.
And of course things aren't going to always happen the way you want them to, but your brain is able to, like, process different scenarios, and I think that's really cool. You can really learn a lot from your dreams, but also know not every dream has to mean something.
Yeah, it could just be your brain.
And it could be straightforward, like with the one dream. I'm just processing the whole leaving thing. Like, I'm upset about it, and I'm just...
Your brain's just trying to make you okay with it.
It's a thing that's happened. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think some people have really hard time remembering their dreams.
Yeah.
Because I know there's dreams that I have that I remember it, and then I go to, like, get up to tell you or something, and I just forget. Or I'm like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. Now I forget it.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, a part of it, you can try to remember your dreams. What I do is I think about the dream, like, once I wake up, I don't even open my eyes yet, and I just think about the dream again.
Yeah.
And just think about it and think about all the details that happened in the dream. And then just remember it. Like, don't do anything else until you truly remember your dream.
Yeah.
And then later on, if you tell that dream to someone, you'd be able to be like, hey, listen to this dream I had. And you'll remember it. I know some people have, like, dream journals.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like it would be hard for me to do. Because it'd just be a jumbled mess of, like, I don't remember exactly what happened. I just know the premise was, like, I was in a fashion, like, competition. The theme was green, and I made a dress.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically what it was.
I've tried to have a dream journal. Like, I try to write down dreams that I remember, but, like, you start off writing it, and you're like, yep, and then, like, as I go more and more about the dream, then I start to forget. And it sucks because I try to do it right away, but maybe I do need to sit with it a little longer before I try writing it down. But I feel like thinking about, I want to write this down, makes me forget.
Yeah, because when you start thinking about something else, or you're doing something else, that's when you stop remembering your dream.
Yeah.
You have to think about your dream. And just be like, this is what's happening in the dream. Like, this is what happened in the dream. Yeah. And then you'll be able to remember it, and then you can write it down.
I feel like as long as you get, like, the structure of it, like, the basics of what happened, sooner or later you'll be able to remember, like, oh, yeah, this also happened. Oh, yeah,
be like, this person was in it. This person was in it.
Because now you're recalling it like a memory. So.
Yeah. I know, because I feel like all of the dreams that I've had that I remember were crazy dreams. Mm-hmm. Like the zombies. That was a weird thing that happened. I was running away from zombies in a flood, and they talked. Like, that's all I remember, pretty much, is that they talked, and I'm like, that was the weirdest thing in the world.
I hate that there's so much, there's so much more that has happened in the dream. Yeah. That you just can't, you're like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to tell you what happened. Yeah. Like, we were talking. I don't remember about what.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, you'll be like, because if the premise was you were talking to someone and you guys got hit by a car, like, be like, what were you guys talking about? I have no idea. Yeah. All I remember is talking and then getting hit. That's it. Like, because, like, in my dream that I had last night, I don't remember what the other dresses look like from the other people. Yeah. I don't remember anything else, really. I just remember getting told that my dress wasn't that great. Because it wasn't, like, one color, but it was because they didn't, like, they used all the fabric. Yeah. And I wasn't able to use the fabric.
Well, what's crazy, too, is I mainly remember, like, a feeling that I've had in the dream. Like, I can sit here and say, okay, this is kind of the basics of what the dream was about, but all I can remember is feeling sad, or I remember feeling this. I don't remember what was said, but I know it made me feel some sort of way.
Which I kind of wish, too, that I could remember the dream that I had when I woke up crying. Yeah. Because I want to know what I dreamt about. Yeah. But because my body instantly made me cry, my mind forgot what it was. Like, it was like, this is so traumatizing. Yeah. Do not remember it.
Yeah. It immediately erases it. But, yeah, so in the comments, please leave, like, any dreams that you guys had, and if it's something funny or serious, or if you have ever, like, had a premonition before or astral projected.
We just want to know what you guys dreamt about, because we always have weird dreams.
Yeah. But, please also like and subscribe.
Check out our Instagram.
The TikTok. All Celtic Coven podcast, I think with underscores in between each word. Yeah. So, also leave any, like, topic ideas that you guys would love to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.